Yeah, so we got a hurricane in the Gulf right now. I was supposed to come home. It's hitting Houston right now. I was supposed to come home, but I am here longer. And yeah, what's up, chat? Yeah, I muted it. What's up, team? What's up, Sam, Eric, Flock, Jude? I'll be right back. I'm trying not to ruin this Airbnb wooden table over here. My coffee. There we go. All right, that way I'm not ruining. Honestly, this is a really nice room, though. To be honest, like this little cabin is really cool. It's got holes in the roof, so like when it rains, you can see all the stuff. Is Intel up? I woke up this morning. I saw I was green on Intel. Yeah, there we go. I'm still in it. I'm in Houston. Yeah. Let me get some music playing. It was good to be back, honestly. And honestly, we already got 70 people here. So it seems like last week's slowdown was probably just because last week's slowdown was probably just because of the 4th of July, I'm assuming, right? We just had less people here because of the 4th. I mean, we got some, like, non-farm payrolls, we got 10,000 views. So we got people here, but it was a little bit slower. This week is an incredibly busy week, which is really unfortunate because I'm traveling a lot this week and I'm going to be busy. I'm still going to stream every freaking day, but yeah, I'm going to be traveling every single week or every single, like, I'm going to be busy every day. Where's Bitcoin? I haven't even looked at Bitcoin. There's Nvidia. I see Nvidia down at 125s. Bitcoin went all the way down to 54s. The question is it time to buy this dip in crypto? I don't know. I really don't know if it is or is it. Yeah, honestly, we're out in the middle of Michigan. I have seen probably 6 or 7 white-tailed deer out here. I saw a big buck. I saw a bunch of doe. I saw a huge doe driving into the neighborhood. When we first pulled up, literally right next to us, there was a mother doe and a baby, like a little baby, running around. And so the deer are out here. I got it at 55K. I'm in 6 ETH contracts. Hey, good luck. I think that'll probably treat you right, but who knows? Yeah, I really don't know 100%, but I think you'll probably be fine. Yeah, so this week, every day is busy, including next week. Man. There we go. Honestly, I'm ready for busyness. It's been slow. So today's the only boring day this week. Every other day is packed full of stuff. Tomorrow we have Powell speaking and testifying in front of the Senate. Wednesday we have Powell testifying in front of the House. We got a bunch of other Fed speeches. Thursday is the biggest day of the week. We got CPI inflation data dropping Thursday, which might influence the entire market. Expectations for inflation are for 3.4% year over year. That's flat relative to the previous year over year reading at 3.4%. The core CPI is expected to stay the same. I mean, the base CPI is actually expected to decrease some. So now they're expecting for core year over year for CPI to come in at 3.1% versus 3.3% last time. If you don't remember, the last time I guessed this exactly right, Jobless claims also drop on Thursday. They're expected at 240,000, 40K. And then Friday, we have PPI, the producer price index inflation data on that front. Yeah, we also have earnings this week as well. A bunch of big earnings too. So like if we look at earnings coming out this week, yeah, it's not a slow week. Every day is busy this week. Literally every day is busy. Except for today. Today's boring, no earnings. Tomorrow's boring, no earnings as well. Wednesday's boring, except for Wednesday evening, you got WD-40, Price Smart, AZZ, E2 Open, Bassett Furniture, Pure Cycle Corporation. And then Thursday is when the big boys start. So Thursday, it's earnings season starting all over again. And Thursday, we have Pepsi, Delta, Conagra, Bank 7. And then Friday is when like the big boy earnings come out, like the most important earnings, maybe for the season, which are bank earnings. JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, Citigroup, Bank of New York, Fastenal, Ericsson, all drop Friday morning. And then next week, we got some earnings as well. So yeah, it's a very busy couple weeks here. Like this is probably the busiest week I've had outside of an earnings season week. Meaning like I'm not really streaming earnings. This is probably the busiest week that I've experienced in a long time, where every day's busy. Still kind of on vacation here. Tesla stock is back in the Mag 7, treating me really nicely, way up there at 240s. Intel, man, wow. I waited in Intel long enough and I made money. That's nice to see. I knew it would bounce back eventually. It just shook me out a little bit. I had like 75 shares of this one. I only have 50 shares now. How's the internet here? Thursday, Friday, Wells Fargo, Citigroup. Yeah, JP Morgan. All right, so again, it's a packed week of market news with inflation data later on this week with CPI and PPI. But preceding those is FOMC Chair Jerome Powell testifying in front of Congress Tuesday and Wednesday. Tesla bounced it up a little bit this morning. I'm going to look at the other stock market news to see what we get. Do me a favor, hit that like button if you haven't already. We appreciate it. I'm trying to run on. All right, so yeah, they're saying, quote, a Tesla rally hurt short traders. Fund manager says, quote, fundamentals of the EV business are too strong and Elon-led company too well positioned. And again, I'm quoting this from Benzinga. It says, quote, following the company's second quarter deliveries report and the steep ascent obliterated the short positions of some hedge funds, a report said on Sunday. The percentage of hedge funds tracked by Hazeltree, which shortened Tesla, rose from under 15% at the end of March to 18% at the end of June, said Bloomberg in a report. This marked the highest percentage in over a year. These contrarian bets may have saddled the funds with losses, the report said. In two sessions following deliveries report, Tesla shorts may have lost up to $3.5 billion on a mark-to-market basis, according to S3 Partners estimates. Good. Let them lose. I'm okay with that. You know? Is it time to buy Bitcoin, chat? Let me ask the chat this. Is it time to buy Bitcoin? I don't know. Bitcoin, if we take a look at it here, Intel is doing really well. I'm going to at least take some profit on Intel pretty soon, sometime soon. But is it time to buy Bitcoin? Bitcoin is now at 57K. Hey, what's up, Tiny? Look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin has had this huge slump. It's way down here at 55s. You know, it's rebounded a little bit this morning, but it's still pretty low relative to where it was. Brother, Bitcoin broke under this level. I don't like that at all. But I think Bitcoin's fine long term. You gotta just have faith in it. Palantir new high. I'm in Palantir, I'm pretty sure. I gotta put this more. Bro, my skin is so dry. Like, I have chronically dry skin. Like, I have to put moisturizer on regularly, or I flake and scab and everything. Don't judge me, I gotta put moisturizer on. I'm one of those people where if I don't put moisturizer on, I'm like I train Jiu-Jitsu. You know, if I don't put moisturizer on, I'm like flaking all over the place. Palantir. This coffee doesn't taste right. Wow, Palantir's that big. Chalk it up to the human condition. Yeah, I'm okay with it, you know. Waiting for Disney to bounce back. I did buy some Disney. Ooh, yeah, I'm in Palantir. Nike is at least agreeing a little bit today. My biggest losing position right now is Nike. And I'm okay with it because I'm up a lot and everything else. Second largest losing position is Etsy, but I've been holding that for a long time. I'm almost down 50% on that though. I bought it at 83s. It's at 60, and I don't trust it enough. Like, it's 5 shares of Etsy, so it's not a huge. Like, I'm down 100, and where's it at? I am down $124 on Etsy, but I've been holding this. I don't know when I bought it. It's one of those, like, usually I'll add to a position to get a better average in something like this. I do not trust Etsy enough. I bought this one in August of last year, so I've been holding this position for almost a year in Etsy, but I do not like it. I do not like it. I don't like it enough. Usually, again, you guys know me, I'll usually add to positions that I'm down on. Like, if I'm down enough on something, I usually have no problem just adding to it. With to a certain extent, though, I'm not going to add to, like, Etsy. Etsy, I think, will probably be okay long term. I just don't know the business well enough. It's like artsy goods that you sell online. I remember I bought my dad a megalodon tooth from somebody off of Etsy one time, but again, I just don't know the business well enough for that. What do you guys think? Sell me or talk me out of holding Etsy? Why market so volatile today? What's volatile about them? All right, let's take some off of Intel. Intel's up big. What do we take? 20 shares off this thing? Intel's up big. No, not 20. Let's take 15 off. Let's not even take that. Let's just take 10 off for now. All right, we got 10 off. Oh, we sold 10. Palantir too. I'll take a couple shares off of Palantir, but I'm mostly holding this thing. All right, we took a little bit off for Palantir. Again, we're in both of these positions that are up huge right now, so we might as well take some off. Again, I'm not one of those trades. You got like, okay. But again, I heard DJ Vlad talk about this with Martin Shkreli when he was talking about it with Martin Shkreli. What he said is that you basically buy up when you invest in blue chips. The theory or the logic of it is to hold forever. Like you don't, and unless you need to sell, there's two reasons you should sell a stock. There's only two reasons. If it's a blue chip healthy investment that the first reason is that you need the money, right? Like that's the first reason. Hopefully you don't run into that reason, but that's certainly a reason where you need to sell is if you need the money. The second reason is if you completely lose faith in the company, right? That's the only other reason you should sell is as long as you still like the stock at least a little bit, you should hold it despite the swings is what he said. And it's absolutely true, right? This is how you make money through dollar cost and from DCAing, dollar cost averaging, and from long-term investing. This is how you make money. You just sit on things long-term. They're going to go up. Somebody's asking me why I bought Etsy to begin with. I bought it with a very small feeler trade. Like I bought 5 shares of Etsy, like literal 5 shares. And so buying 5 shares of an $80 stock, it's just a tester trade. I don't take full size immediately in the trades I want. I usually like buy in, and if it's something that I like, and then I'll add more to it over, like get a more real average, because entries can be inaccurate. The whole point of dollar cost averaging is to curb some of the volatility and kind of the big swings and ups and down movement in stocks, right? So it doesn't matter where you enter as long as you're dollar cost averaging. But if I don't but sometimes I'll take little feeler trades where I'll buy small little dips, see if it bounces back. If it doesn't get that type of strength, I'll just abandon it. And that's what I'm doing with Etsy. I just don't know enough about it as a company. I think that a trend that I'm seeing is that Amazon and eBay are selling like these type of things more and more now. But I do think Etsy has a niche. I don't know if I like it. I don't like adding to it. I'll probably just sit in it, I think. How do you take shares off Intel looking at the daily? Well, because this is kind of a swing trade. You got to understand what happened to me in Intel. So I bought Intel a long time ago. And I bought Intel because it was really, really weak back here. So I bought it around here, and I'm finally green. And so I'm going to take a quarter of my position off and protect the trade. Because by taking a quarter of my position off here, it allows me to sit on the rest longer, if that makes sense. What I mean by that is like I can protect the trade now. Even if it turns on me and goes the other way, I've still locked in like a good bit of profit. And so I'm closer to break even, and I can be looser and let it fall more, or, maybe add back to it later on. But yeah. I have Bitcoin. Oh, everybody has Bitcoin. Dealer position is one of the best strategies. Get some to kind of get rid of that FOMO, and it gives time. Yeah, look, anybody that's looking at themselves objectively, is going to understand that sometimes your mood is not the most profitable for stocks, right? Sometimes you're in good mood, sometimes you're in bad mood, sometimes you're in analytical mood, sometimes you're in risking moods, like moods where you want to risk something. I think it's important to just have some restraint. Like, who cares if I bought 5 shares of Etsy? I'm not really playing it. Like, this is a portfolio of 40 stocks. So yeah, I'm going to test different stocks. I'm going to buy different stocks. I'm going to play with different stocks. None of it matters. This portfolio is very green. I'm up thousands on the year. And so, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. It works, Shaved off some Palantir today. I got some Nike, PayPal, and Shopify. Nike's probably good. Nike's kind of doing what Intel did to me for a long time, which was kind of like scare me out of it. I'm in Nike right now. Nike has fallen a huge amount, but I like it still. I might add more to it, to be honest, down here as well. Uh, Nike has fallen 25%, over 25%. I'm gonna add a little bit more to my Nike actually. We just added a little bit more, just not a huge position more. We added about 20% more. I like Nike. I think Nike's gonna be fine long term. Where the people on Trader TV like to short the runners and end up looking like fools. Yeah, I mean, look, I think I like Trader TV. Trader TV is a big network. You know, they're good. They're good people. It seems like. I don't know. I don't really watch them like that, but they seem like good people. But I think a lot of the time, if you got a big network, sometimes you're just hiring people, and some people that you're hiring are not going to be like real like traders. You know, not. I think Trader TV is. I'm not talking about Trader TV, but I'm just saying, like, I know for me, like, I've had people work with my channel and very quickly realized that they were just kind of like gamblers. Like they were like legit addicted to gambling, you know, where they wanted to like risk it every day, risk their whole account, you know, and it would go through these stages where like they would risk their whole account, lose their whole account, you know, and like lose all their confidence, and then have like this sad, like depressed period of time where they're upset and they're mad. And I would try to talk them out of it and be like, hey, like, you can't trade like that. Like, there's no edge there. Like, you're basically just flipping a coin, doing what you're doing, and you're losing your account, and then you're all sad, and then you're making money, and then you're all hyper confident, and you're telling everybody else what to do, and then you lose your account again, and then you're sad again, you know. But sometimes people like that, they don't want to hear it. Like, they know, deep down they know. Yeah, I've shorted some tops too. I can't judge anybody. You ever put stop losses for discipline? Yeah, I'll use stops. They just crack jokes, puns, and have zero focus. Yeah, that's probably my flaw. You know, if I had a flaw, my ADHD kicks in and I just start ranting. Honestly, though, you know, you can only talk about what's going on in the stock market for so long before it gets kind of redundant and boring. You know, so you got to switch it up and tell stories and do all this different stuff. You know, people tune in because you have interesting conversations. Plus, you trade. So that's what we try to do. We try to have interesting conversations. Most people, like, we talked to people last week. Most people were like, "Yeah, that's why I watch your show, is because the conversations we have are interesting." The debate a couple weeks ago. Oh, I'm not getting into that, dude. I don't care about any of that stuff. I mean, yeah, I'm just not getting into it. Sorry, sir. I really just don't like politics in general. I avoid the whole realm of it if I can. What's up, David? Watch it all the time. Yeah, Fubo seems like a horrible company, doesn't it? Again, this is coming from somebody that is a Fubo subscriber. Okay, I'm a Fubo subscriber, guys. All right, the problem with Fubo is they suck. They're just not good. Like, I'm gonna be honest, they're just not good. You know, if you go, this is how you can tell they're not good. All right, if I want to watch, I'm just gonna use an example on Fubo. If I want to watch The Brave Little Toaster, and I go up to Fubo and say Fubo has The Brave Little Toaster on its platform, you know, it's like a Netflix type of platform. Say I go to the search bar and I type in Brave Little, right? Any good programmed algorithm is going to say toaster, at the bottom. Anytime I type in Brave Little and hit enter, Brave Little Toaster is going to be the first freaking option, right? On Fubo, I type in Brave Little, and this is not the actual movie I'm watching. We could say a Titanic. I could type in TIT. Oh, no, never mind. Bad. Never mind. We're going to go back to Brave Little Toaster. I could type in Brave Little, and then underneath it, where the search stuff shows up, it's going to go blank. I could type in Brave Little, and nothing's going to show up, right? And so they have genuine problems with their software. Their software is bad. It's just not good. Fubo software is not good at all. You can tell they're really cheap with developers. Like, in order to get Brave Little Toaster to pop up, chat's never gonna let me hear the end of it for using the Brave Little Toaster as my example. But if I want Brave Little Toaster to show up, I have to type it verbatim, exactly the correct spelling, and hit enter with all the spaces and everything, or it's not showing me there. Even though it has it on the platform, there's been a number of times where I have looked for a show, assumed they didn't have it, went and rented it elsewhere, only to find out the next day that they did have it. I had to type in the exact word on the search bar. That's terrible software. That's terrible, like, programming. So I'm just not confident in Fubo, and I'm a subscriber of them. I use it for football, but the real ones in here know who the Brave Little Toaster is and the journey that he had to take back in the day. You know, the real ones in here know. Okay. If you don't know who the Brave Little Toaster is, don't talk to me. All right. What's up, Jay? What do you think about the Nate Diaz versus Jorge Masvidal fight? I didn't watch it. It didn't look entertaining to me. 100% John, I'm depending on you for my morning entertainment. I know. Listen, that's what I'm here for. Or Homeward Bound, you know, the GOAT pet movie of all time. What's up, Beach Bum? Yeah, for sure, Corey. But yeah, no, point is, the overarching point I was trying to make before I got run off on the Brave Little Toaster and, you know, a couple letters of Titanic, is the point is the software of Fubo is really bad. It's not good, you know? And so when the software is not good and the stock is falling down and the long-term chart is horrible and it's been downtrending for years, like, I just can't buy this stock. I just can't. You know, I'm too skeptical. I'm too skeptical in the future outlook of Fubo. And I think it's understandable to be because, you know, Warren Buffett or somebody famously said, trade what you know. I know Fubo and it's not good. It's not good. If it was, I would tell you, you know, but it's not. So just be careful if you're in Fubo. Intel up a lot today. Let's see the news on Intel. Yeah, so why is Intel up so much? Nvidia stock was hedging down today. Regulators focus on the chip maker. Are focused on the chip maker over its dominant position in the powering AI tech. Nvidia shares are down slightly today. It appears to be in lull ahead of the company's next earnings report expected in August. That earnings report is going to be crazy. Our largest stream of all time was an Nvidia earnings report. So we had 14,000 concurrent viewers. 14,000. Was that Nvidia earnings or was that a PAL speech? Yeah, I think it was Nvidia. We had 14,000 concurrent viewers watching. Although I think we might have beaten that for one of PAL's speeches here, which this week is going to be packed full of PAL speeches. Good morning, bro. Hurricane's not that bad. Heard it shifted towards Houston. Yeah, so again, I'm not in Houston. I'm in Michigan still right now. I was going to fly back today. Like I was supposed to be on a plane right now. But that hurricane's about to hit. Like, my father-in-law's at my home, so he's watching my dogs. You know, I miss my dogs, though. I miss Rosie. But my father-in-law's watching the house. I told my mom if the power goes out for her, she can go over there too. Because we have a generator over there. And so, yeah. But the point is, I'm scared of flying. I hate planes. I'm scared of heights. I'm a huge baby about flying. But I'm not about to risk that. We were gonna leave early this morning, and I just wasn't gonna stream today. But I have to stream tomorrow, and I have to stream Wednesday. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna leave probably Wednesday. But we were supposed to leave today. Now we're stuck in Michigan a few days. Michigan's nice. Michigan is a different culture. It really is. So, and you hear this from like British people a lot and people overseas. In the southern United States, if you see somebody in an elevator, it's polite to say, "Hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you." A lot of the time, you don't have to do it, but in general, that's kind of how people are. You have to be very friendly and polite and acknowledge people and all this other stuff. In Michigan, it's not like that for the most part. In Michigan, you don't even half the time they don't even say bye. They're just like, I'm out, I'm leaving, And I like that better. I don't think you should have to say bye. I think if you're going to see them the next day, it doesn't matter. You don't have to say bye and keep up appearances. Just a slightly different culture. Certainly less friendly of a culture. But still really nice people. Beautiful place, too. Michigan's beautiful. The land out here is really nice. I gotta see where that is, David. Hold on. What part of it is it? Let me see. Yeah, I gotta check this. Yeah, that's not happening, brother. Sorry, dude. It's too far, unfortunately. You're pretty far away. Yeah, I'm on the other side. I don't want to say where I am, David, but I would come train jiu-jitsu with you. I might come train I might go train at one of the places out here still today. So I'm thinking about going train today somewhere. I just gotta see. What's the schedule of events for news this week? So today's boring. There's not really much going on. Tomorrow, we've got Powell doing the semi-annual monetary policy report to Congress. I believe he speaks with, I don't know if he speaks with the Senate or the House. So Powell speaks. Let me check this. All right, so yeah, Powell speaks. Powell speaks with the Senate tomorrow. At the semi-annual monetary policy report to Congress. And then Wednesday, he speaks with the House. Before the House Financial Services Committee on Wednesday, before the Senate Committee on Banking, Housing, and Urban Affairs tomorrow. Okay, so that's Monday, or that's Tuesday and Wednesday this week, right? Thursday, we have earnings. We've got like Pepsi, Delta, a bunch of other earnings on Wednesday, or on Thursday, as well as CPI day. Thursday is the biggest day of the week. We got CPI inflation data. Expectations are 3.1% on the year for inflation that comes out Thursday, 3.1%. And so we do have inflation data dropping Thursday. Friday, we also have PPI, the other side of the inflation report, dropping for consumption expenditure. Or no, I'm sorry, for producer price index data. You would just guillotine me anyway. Honestly, I'm in guillotine timeout, bro. My coach told me, this is what my coach told me. And it started because him and I rolled. So my coach and I rolled, and it was a battle, obviously he won. He did a 10-finger guillotine on me. I learned it right afterward. It's really cool. I also been learning Marcellatines a lot. Anyways, back to the point. He saw me roll with somebody else, and finally he was like, hey, and he gave me some credit. He was like, look, you're going to have a big rise. He's like, you're good. He's like, I know you're doing this. You're guillotining people because it works, and you're able to catch higher belts with it, and you're able to tap people with it, and that's great. But he said if you don't roll to get better instead of just rolling to win, because basically I would go out there and just guillotine you if I can. The only thing that I disagree with, but he's my coach, so like it is what it is. I respect what he says. The only thing I disagree with is that I think if you can build your game around the guillotine, like the front headlock position, people are scared to shoot on you. You get a lot of turtle positions that you can follow it up with like cool arm bars and stuff, like Choi bars. Like there's a lot of cool stuff you can do if you build your game around the front headlock position, which is what I've been trying to do. Like that's what I've been trying to do. But anyways, I'm basically banned from guillotining people for the time being, for my own, like to make me better, because essentially what he said is that he wants me to be good, and if I'm just going out there guillotining people and it's over in 30 seconds, I'm not going to learn very much. Hey, what's up, Phil? Yeah, so again, busy week this week. We got stuff going on like every day this week. But yeah, I haven't trained in weeks. The longest drought I've gone without training in a minute. Honestly, my arms feel better though. Like my leg, groin muscle feels better. It doesn't hurt anymore. Maybe I needed to take a break. It's probably good for me. That's the Dustin Poirier strat, always guillotining people. Yeah, the problem though with MMA gloves is that it's harder to guillotine people. That's why you see a lot of tried guillotines and fails with Dustin, is because like the way the gloves are, you gotta, like, your grip is really important with the guillotine. Like my guillotine, I usually go for this grip. I would just go with like this grip right here. Just kind of crank up. But a lot of people do different. A lot of people do this. You can do like all this other stuff. 10 fingers, kind of like this. It's hard to explain. Like this, it's hard to explain. But there's a lot of guillotine grips. But the MMA gloves make it really hard to finish, I think. But I also think that with the really high level people, you're not going to really finish a lot of guillotines. With Makachev or Habib or any of those Dagestani guys, you're not going to be able to finish them with guillotines. Maryland has loads of talent. Yeah, I like Michigan. It's nice. Yeah, people say hello, how are you, but they don't really want to know. Yeah, I mean most of the time it's hey, how you doing? Good. All right, let's get on to a conversation. I would rather just say hey. Complete beginner to day trading. What resources do you advise? Your video playlist. I don't know how much your strats have changed. The resources you use. Also, how long would you suggest to practice? For completely beginner, I would trade a demo account and not trade real money for a while, and trade very small and learn for as long as you can, and understand whether it's something you genuinely want to do. Like, again, I'm going to be real with you about day trading, which is that almost all day traders lose. Right. And if you think you're going to be different, you're probably not. You're probably going to lose. Right. Almost all day traders lose. And I get it. Everybody has kind of delusions of grandeur in the beginning. And part of it is like propped up by, like, you see people online that are just so, like, they're so, like, I saw this guy with face tats, right? This guy with actual face tats trying to tell people that he made $20 million. Right? The dude's obviously selling a mentorship program. I promise you he's probably using a demo account. But like, you see these people who are just feeding the younger generations, because again, you're going to relate to somebody that's young if you're young, right? So if I'm 20-year-olds are going to, like, I'm going to relate to them a lot more. And so I might actually trust what they say more than somebody that's older. And I think a lot of this younger generation just gets stuck in that cycle where they got a bunch of people that are just trying to take advantage of them. And because they relate to them more, they kind of tune out what I'm saying here. And instead they listen to that nonsense. And again, too many people are telling others that you can immediately enter day trading and all of a sudden just start like earning millions of dollars a year consistently with a small account. It's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. And anybody that's actually day traded will tell you that. 10 fingers still good. Yeah, 10 fingers good. Again, my coach got me in it. It sucked. Hurt. It didn't hurt. It was just sneakily difficult to get out of. You know. What should we trade today? I don't know. I'm going to start trading pretty soon here. The SPY's actually ripping up. You can see the lifetime highs on the SPY, which are 555s, 555.05. So you can see we're actually trying to move up. Are we talking about jiu-jitsu? Because I want to, and it's whatever I want to talk about. You know, you don't have to watch. Nvidia actually green in pre-market. Is it really? I thought Nvidia was down a little bit today. Let me see. SPY about to break lifetime highs though. Look at the SPY about to break. Oh, Nvidia is up. So Nvidia has ripped up like in the last 30 minutes. It's back up to 127s. You know, Nvidia's been in this range though. Like if we look at this range, it's pretty obvious. Charts. Yeah, I usually I want to be honest with people. And again, I think a lot of this, like a lot of people are just feeding young traders crap just to sell them stuff because there's so much money to make. Like they're just feeding them crap. They're just telling them it's easier than it is. They're acting like it's easier than it is. They're acting like, yeah. And I think certain people are more or less gullible than others. You know, so certain people want to believe it's true. Some people are more susceptible to confirmation bias and like wanting something to be true. And so they're more likely to believe it. And I think that's where a lot of people get in trouble with day trading because they want to believe it's true. Like they want to believe this guy with face tats is out here, you know, earning 20 million and he's going to teach you how to do it too. And so they ignore all the massive red flags that are there. Days can be great for how you trade. Some days are not. The successful ones are the ones that can walk away on a bad day with smaller losses and know that day's trading price action isn't for you. Yeah, there's some days where you're just not going to have good action. Like you have to be an opportunist in trading. And I think that's what a lot of people get wrong. When you're day trading anything, you have to be an opportunist. What do I mean by an opportunist? What I mean is like you have to wait. You can't say, hey, today's a trading day, I'm going to trade. You know, especially like my best trades are swing trades. I have to wait for those. I can't just blindly jump in anything. I've been really slow to buy up positions now because markets are around lifetime highs and I just don't trust markets in that way. I don't trust buying in heavy in anything, but I have to be opportunistic. It just depends on what shows. Make 1 million in 1 minute. Yeah, I mean, again, the real problem is like I think traders realized how much money you can make being a day trading guru mentor, right? Like I think this is what happened is like people realized how much money you can make wildly embellishing your trading. You know, so by pretending to be much more profitable than you are, people realize that they can sell rookie traders courses and make millions doing it. But for me, like honestly, if I'm being honest, for me, the more I learned about day trading, like the less I looked up to any day trading mentor guru, you know, and I think this is an important thing is that you have to look at them with skepticism. Like all day trading gurus, you have to look at them with like a degree of skepticism. If you don't, you are signing yourself up to be taken advantage of. Because most of the guys day trading, like most of the sleazy day trading gurus on YouTube are not actually profitable day trading. I promise you they're not. And so it depends on how susceptible you are to that type of marketing. But the more you learn, the less you should trust them. Walgreens. I'm a offended as a guy with face tats. Oh, I'm sorry, man. Listen, I'm not like some face tats are nice, you know. I'm just using them as a stereotype. Like I'm not judging you if you got face tats. Some face tats are cool. I'm okay with them. I got tattoos. My wife's got a lot of tattoos. Like I'm not judging anybody with tattoos. All right. Again, Carol and I are both pretty tattooed people, but yeah. Maybe, you know, Walgreens. I don't like Walgreens. Walgreens has the extension that I usually look for. This is a position I sold recently, I think. I'm pretty sure I got out of it. Walgreens has the extension on the downside I'm looking for, but it just never bounced back. It just never got back. Yeah, I'm out of Walgreens. I sold it. It just took too long. It's down too much. Like this thing's down 100. This thing's down 60, 70% on the year. And you know, honestly, if I had good experiences with Walgreens in my own personal interactions, it would be different. I don't really go to Walgreens anymore, but every time I have in the past, like when I'm picking up a prescription or something like that, the pharmacists are always very rude. They're very mean. Like they'll say, "Hey, pull back around in 20 minutes," and so you'll wait 20 minutes, and you'll pull back around, and you'll get in line, and then when you get to the window again, they'll chastise you. Say, "Oh, your prescription's not ready yet," and it's like, "Lady, you told me to come back now." Like they just get again. I don't know. I just don't like Walgreens as a company anymore. I might be wrong, and there's probably, and again, I'm going to say probably because I don't know for sure. There's probably some value here. I would assume it's just too much risk for me, and I'm tired of worrying about it. But Walgreens is down a lot, and it's probably going to be fine as a company. At least it'll survive another 5 or 10 years, I'm assuming. And so it's probably some value. There's probably value down here, but I'm just not going to try for it. What's the divvy on Walgreens? You can research yourself and teach yourself on charts from Google and YouTube. Swing trade equals money. Yeah, for sure. I'm with you on that. What do you think about Zap? What's the symbol? Is it Zap? It's pretty much most pharmacies, and I don't blame them. The profession has deteriorated, and they're stressed. Yeah. Well, they're losing business, right? Mail order shipping and pharmacies are becoming a much bigger thing now, and over time that will probably overtake it. I would give it about like I said, 5 to 10 years. You know, I still think there's value here. You know, because that's a long time. But yeah, it's just not something. How much is the divvy on Walgreens though? Zap? Look, if this is some terrible, sketchy penny stock. Yeah, this is a horrible company. Look at the daily chart on this company. It's terrible. You know, the problem is like companies like this, they go like this. And then they do this, and everybody says, "Wow, look how strong it is. Hold the line. Wow, look how strong it is. Hold the line. Wow, look how strong it is." You know, that this happens a lot. Terrible chart, terrible company. Again, I'm not really a big investor in penny stocks, so most penny stocks are going to fail. So I'm kind of a broken record about them. This is not really the YouTube channel to mention penny stocks and hope to get good words said about them. Although it is up a lot. To be fair, the volume looks good, the liquidity looks strong. I'm not touching it. But hey, good luck. I hope you make money on it, brother. Yeah, Stone Cold, hey, make some money, bro. It's up a lot. It is up a lot. You know, a daily chart, it is gapping up a lot. Must be some news. I would just be very careful. These type of pump and dumps happen a lot. Just don't invest in them. Like trade them if you want. I just would be very careful about actually, like, literally investing into this. Yeah, investors are holding with the big Tesla. Yeah. Stock, they do, yeah. EV stock, right? I don't know anything about Zap. What is it? Explain it to me. Sell it to me. I'll listen. But yeah. All right, Intel is up. Yeah, and with financial channels, like somebody said, I wouldn't trust any financial channels. Yeah, I mean, I think you have to look at them with an initial degree of skepticism. It's really why I really just try to be honest with people. Like some people are just looking for a reason to be upset, and that's another thing too. But I just try to be honest with people. I try to be completely transparent. Like I'm obviously doing this to make money. I also love trading, love the stock market. I'm best at swing trading and investing. I'm not hiding that. I never have. And I just tell people what I like and dislike, and I cover economic reports and data. I give everything to everybody for free. Anytime I plug a sponsor, I tell people they pay me money, and that I'm biased in their favor, and that I'm doing this to make money. And so, like, I think that's the right way to do it. And I would hope people would recognize that and be like, hey, that's the right way to do it, because it really is. That's the right way. I could certainly make more money than what I'm doing now, pretending to be some type of millionaire day trading guru selling you a course. I promise I can make more money doing that. But I'd rather sleep good at night and just be honest with people. And I think people need that. I think people should want that. And if I can protect people while I make money, then more power to me. That's the way I see it. If I can protect people as well as make money on the back end, hey, that's the right way. Yeah, I'm stuck in Michigan. We got the hurricane hitting Houston right now. Day trading, I've made 57K. Trading earnings, I've lost 71K. Easy math will tell you that I'm down 14K. Moral is learn your strengths and weaknesses. Yeah, for sure, DJ. 100%. Do you have an opinion on Baba long term? I like Baba as a company. I don't trust overseas governments. I just don't trust them overseas governments. It's too risky. I'd be careful with Intel until it breaks and holds 34. I'm DCA regardless, but wouldn't say it's out of the water. Yeah, I mean, I'm in it. I took a little bit of profit. I don't trust it. Small little positions. You use trading algos? Sometimes, yeah. Let me do a poll. I don't think I've done a poll. What's a good poll? Would y'all rather the poll be regarding Bitcoin? We got the SPY. We got Nvidia. Let's do inflation. What do you think happened to crypto market? Crypto market is down after Mt. Gox. Like they're said to be paying people out, and a lot of people are speculating that when they do, people are going to start selling Bitcoin. That is why Bitcoin dropped like it did, and it's all the way down to 50K. That's why people are speculating at least it dropped. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, and I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's why it dropped. CPI inflation data come in higher or lower than the 3.1% expected on Thursday. Vote on the poll. Let me know how you feel. You started using AI? Yeah, I use AI a lot. Yeah, the Mt. Gox thing as well as the Nvidia hit 130. Nobody knows that. Yeah, I mean J Food. He said J Food. Well, Nvidia hit 130 today. That's a question that nobody knows. Nobody knows whether Nvidia is going to hit 125, 130, or anything. Nobody knows. That's like me saying, will there be clouds in the sky at 3:00 tomorrow? I don't freaking know. We could try to guess, and maybe we'll have an edge guessing, but nobody knows. It depends. 130 is kind of the top resistance level here. So here's 130. Here's the top of the little range we've been in. We've been in this range for a month and a half or so. I'm sure they started was the month of July. Yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't looked more into it. stocks are only going to pay out the original buy value of bidding, meaning the compensation is a tiny percentage of the real-time value. Really? So they're not going to pay out the percentage gains? That's crappy. All right, so 55% think we're going to come in low today for yeah. And so here's GameStop. So there's Nvidia. Here's GameStop. We'll put up Tesla too. Tesla 250s. GameStop still at 24. So again, SPY, we're really right around lifetime highs. What I read over the weekend. Yeah, that sucks. That's horrible. Yeah, so Pawn saying Etsy is saturated with people trying to sell there. Looking online, you'll see a lot of people telling others there's not much to not expect much from Etsy. I tried selling stuff there, I had no luck. Yeah, I think it's probably like Amazon. Like with Amazon, if you want to have a chance at selling things on Amazon, you need to have a bunch of good reviews. And a lot of the time people would get like their friends to give them reviews and stuff like that. And like you had to get like 5 to 10 reviews and kind of spark the algorithm, and the algorithm would start feeding it to others. It's just, yeah, it's a whole thing. Hopefully you guys had a safe and happy 4th. Selling eBay and Poshmark. Isn't that hard to start? Yeah, I mean, you can sell stuff. Do whatever you want to do. I used to sell books on eBay or on Amazon. I mean, I'd like to see Bitcoin down to 30K again someday. Not sure it makes it there. Though I'll probably begin to average up around 45. Yeah, that makes sense. Nasdaq in a 2-point range over the last 10 minutes. Looks like somebody's building a position. I'd like to see the cryptos decouple. Maybe. Occidental Petroleum. I think it's oil play, but I think OXY. This is, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think it's an oil play. When you put it parallel with oil, it looks pretty similar. So it just depends on what you think oil is going to do regarding OXY. MTDR. Yeah, I don't really mess with Matador, but it looks like it's an oil play too. No. Tesla going to do the Nvidia consolidation now until at least next month when they bring out the robotaxi. Maybe. I mean, again, Tesla's up a lot. Tesla's up a lot. If we look at Tesla here, the question is, does it hold into the robotaxi event? Is this a buy the rumor, sell the news type of thing? I guess is the point. I don't know. I'm in Tesla. I don't know if it's buy the rumor, sell the news or not. Sell calls on your current positions? No, I don't sell options. Too much risk, to be honest. That's just not something I feel like doing. Yeah, but Tesla's up a lot. GameStop, guys. Y'all think GameStop's gonna make a resurgence? Exxon. Yeah, we do have oil earnings coming out sometime soon too, chat. So we do have oil. We do have oil earnings dropping. I got to ride some horses yesterday. Honestly, horses were fun, man. Yeah, we got some cool videos. So when a breakout looks highly likely, Lex to 210. Amazon is my trade. Let's take a look at Amazon. Yeah, Jack got to ride a horse too. It was cool. Yeah, so look at SPY. So the SPY, like the liquidity's low, but the lifetime high is right here, right at 555. Tesla breaking the long-term downtrend is huge. Yeah, I mean Tesla. Again, people have been asking me why I was buying Tesla. I started buying up Tesla around the Cybertruck debut, like right when the Cybertruck came out. That's when I started buying Tesla. And look at this little run, man. This is a 1 hour chart on Tesla. So this is 20 days. Tesla's had a really strong 20 days. Look at that. That's really nice. So yeah, we'll see if it continues. Y'all can hear the music, right? You should be able to. That's a bummer. How long are you on Tesla? What will make you decide to sell? I don't know. I like Tesla long term. It just swings. We'll see. Average price of Tesla is 176.80s. Is what my average is. 176.80s. Yeah, here's Amazon. Amazon, look, again, I'm going to be honest. I'm not really buying up anything right now. Everything's too close to lifetime highs. It's just not the time for me to buy up anything, personally. Again, y'all can let me know what y'all would do. But yeah, I'm just not buying up anything right now. Again, everything's too up. But there we go. Yeah, everything's just everything's towards lifetime highs. It just doesn't make much sense for me to doesn't make much sense for me to buy up any blue chips right now unless I'm like DCAing for long-term positions. Amazon looks great. It's breaking lifetime highs. I think, are these lifetime highs? Let me see. Yeah, so Amazon's breaking lifetime highs at 200. Looks good. And I think Amazon's a great company long term. The problem is that it's at lifetime highs, and so it's just a little bit extended for me to want to play it. Hey, later, David. Have a good day, brother. No, I ain't buying this. I'm just trading, and my average is 85. Hey, nice, RJ. Wait, 85? So you're investing in Amazon. I mean, that's the move. 85 is a great entry if you got it. What can really make this market to come down a bit? This is getting funny now. Not really. I mean, it's an election year, guys. Like you might hear people like me and others say it's an election year over and over again, and you might not understand the broad implications of what we mean by election year. What we mean by election year is that the stock market's probably going up. All right. The economy's probably going to be strong to a certain extent. And again, the stock market's probably going up. It's an election year, you know. Now, it doesn't always have to be that way, and it's not definitive like it has to happen, but it's pretty good odds that during election years, the stock market's going to go up. It's pretty consistently true. Why are you wearing a hoodie? Because I'm in Michigan and it's cold. Plus, my wife is like freaking Mr. Freeze up there, you know? Like, my wife wants to be cool at night, bro. My wife puts it at like 60 degrees. I wake up in the morning, I feel like freaking Mr. Freeze. It's ridiculously cold. I know you're not willing to get political, and that's completely fair. I mean, yeah, but look. Okay. You know, and I think some people recognize this and some people fall for it hook, line, and sinker. All right. But I think every single election, what is the politician's job? Right? The politician's job is to make you think that their side has to win or it's the end of the world. Right? Both sides do the same thing. Both political sides will do the same thing. They'll say if their side doesn't win, it's the end of the world. Look at all the crazy stuff going on. You know, like this happens constantly. This has been happening for centuries now. So, yeah, I mean, no matter what, business is going to go on as usual. Business as usual is going to happen, and it is what it is. And again, maybe the side time is different. I don't know. I'm not really getting into politics with you, brother. Sorry. Thinking about election plays, any thoughts? Well, I mean, I think there's a couple trades I thought you could have. One of them is will the market go up more? I'm tend to be on the other side. It's time for a correction. I think we need to pull back some. Everything's up too much, personally. But it does too much just means I'm not willing to buy up anything. It doesn't have to correct. It doesn't mean it's wrong if it doesn't correct. It's just up too much for me to really want to buy up anything right now. If we get some big pullbacks and something, I'll buy them. But for now, I'm just sitting tight. AMD is on the move up. Roaring Kitty isn't done. And the real question is, the next one is already. Which one did he play last week? What happened, man? We had all this like bright, vibrant, like, you know, and all this. Look at that. That's cool, huh? Are we tapping new all-time highs today, or is it going to be a royal flush? I hate day trading. Or I hate trading all-time highs. Well, I just don't like buying all-time highs. I don't mind day trading. Chewy's had a really strong couple weeks too, hasn't it? Let me see. Yeah, it's had a really weak couple days, but it had this crazy run. Still in Chewy? I think we might have sold. No, we're still in it. So green on it. Let's take it. Where's the Jonas? Cool answer? I don't know, man. I left it out today. Yeah, so tomorrow and Wednesday, Powell speaks to the Congress, to the House and Senate, to the Senate and House, I should say. That's the order. And I think the following week we got something else too. Let me see. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I think Powell speaks again next week on Monday. And we're going to be in the heat of earnings season. CPI week. Next week, we got Big Papa Powell speaking again. So Powell speaks twice this week. Following Powell speaking, we got CPI and PPI inflation data. Following those two on Friday, we have bank earnings, JP Morgan Chase, Wells Fargo, Citigroup, a bunch of other big bank earnings. Volatility is coming. Listen, my guess, I don't know if this is going to happen, but I'm just going to give you a potential thing that could happen here. What I'm thinking is that maybe the market finally corrects a little bit as it should. Maybe the market finally corrects a little bit. We'll see what Powell says tomorrow. We'll see what Powell says Wednesday. Maybe for CPI, we're going to see a correction. I think it's kind of necessary. It's getting to a point where, we've been breaking lifetime highs in the SPY for months now. Really back. We've been breaking lifetime highs in the market really all year, over and over and over again. But really since, May. Really since mid to late April and May, we've been breaking lifetime highs over and over and over again. When does it stop? Again, I'm not buying up anything. If CPI comes in low, I'm sure the market will continue to go higher. But I do think the extension that we have now is looking a little bit iffy for me. No, I'm good, Mr. Lonely. I have so many people reaching out trying to make thumbnails for me, brother. Like, I probably get 5 different messages for thumbnail artists a day. I'm sorry, I just don't need you, bro. Sorry, dude. What does Powell testify? What day does Powell testify? Powell testifies tomorrow and Wednesday. Do you think CPI will come in low? I don't know. I actually think it comes in high, personally. I think what happens is CPI comes in high. It changes the outlook for rates and rate decisions. I think CPI comes in high. Rate cuts potentially are pushed back, and that causes a correction in markets. Maybe. I don't know. Are you in some trades? Yeah, I'm always in trades. What is the story on KOS? KOS is a headphone company that is basically a meme stock. KOSS moves with all the other meme plays. So it moves with GameStop and AMC and all the other meme plays. It had a crazy run from that. I don't know if it calmed. Did it calm down a little bit now? Yeah. So KOS had a crazy run from memes, and now it's just kind of slowing down. It's at 1160s. CPI coming low. I don't know. Jet Void, please don't come and plug your stuff in my YouTube channel, bro. A correction is coming. The question is when. Right, I believe that. I think that eventually a correction is coming. The question is when. When does it happen? And I have no idea. All right. Yeah, and again, I just think we're up too much. I think it's time for a correction. It doesn't need to be a huge correction. I just think we need to pull back a little bit first and have some bearish action. I think it's time for that. I think it's necessary. I think we need it. But again, it could also be after the election happens. Again, it's an election year, and we have to look at that bias too. Yeah, pawn. anytime somebody tries to plug their business like in my chat, I always assume they're old. No offense, but I always assume they're like 60 plus, because most people my age know you're not going to be able to come to somebody else's channel and plug your business without even saying anything else to them. But like, I feel like that's kind of like an older person thing, not really understanding marketing and just kind of trying. I'm not mad at them for it, I guess. I wish them the best. I hope whatever your business is succeeds. I just can't confirm whether it's legitimate or not, and it could be a scam. Who, Phil? Anything high or low will be good for the market. Well, lower inflation data is always good. There's just risks, right? Like right now, the market is in a period where it's been breaking lifetime highs and going up, up, up. And so I just think we need some pullbacks now, personally. But again, who knows? It doesn't mean it has to happen. I'm just throwing that out there that I think it's time for it. That's a good question, I guess. When do you guys think, when does the market start pulling back? That's a good question. Chat? When does the market start pulling back? What do you guys think? What do you think of BRICS movement? I don't think that's as big of a deal as everybody thinks it is, you know. But maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? Yeah, so many YouTubers scammers selling something. Yeah, I mean, I don't think selling something is wrong. Like, I think that if you promote things and you tell people that they're sponsors, that's fine. I think it depends on if you mislead things, you know. I think a lot of broke people get mad at anybody for making money, right? And a lot of people that, again, the biggest haters on YouTube are people who have tried to build their own channels and failed, right? And so somewhere along the lines, they turn into just kind of like haters, right? And that's very, very true. Like, literally very true. Very predictable, also. But again, at least my scale is like, if somebody tells me they're sponsored and they're telling me they're biased and they're telling me they're paying them, they get paid by the company, that's one thing, right? A different thing is misleading, like acting like it's easier to make money day trading than it is, acting like they're a better trader than they are. That's a completely different thing. And I think there needs to be a distinguish. Like, you have to distinguish between those two, because I think, like, what I do is fine. I tell people I'm biased. I tell people I get paid by the company. I tell people most day traders lose, right? I don't sell a course or anything like that. I think that's the right way to do it. But of course, that's how I do it. So of course I'm going to think that's the right way. But I also think that you got other people who, they just wildly mislead people. They just wildly mislead people. And I think that's a different thing. That's a different thing. Central CBDCs, central bank digital currencies. Yeah. That's a sad lifestyle type of people who will be mad at someone for driving a nice car. 100%, right? Like, you get people that just get upset when other people make money. Like, they don't want to see anybody else make money. It's a bitter thing for them. You know, like, one of the biggest haters that I've ever run into was a guy who admitted to me that he got kicked out of another YouTube channel that he started with somebody else, right? So he literally admitted to me he got kicked out of another channel that he started with somebody else, right? And when he's like, he would work with me a little bit, he was super toxic, right? So again, I think bitterness causes people to make a bunch of dumb decisions. Right. I think you got to just let things go. I really believe that if you put out good things in the world, you get good things back. I really do. Like, I try to be good to people. I try to be nice to people. I try to tip well when I can. Definitely top 3 greatest tipper and best person of the world of all time ever. But no, seriously though, I try to be good to people, and I feel like you get it back. Scammers who are not really offering anything of value. It depends. Like, I think, like, for me, it depends on if you're providing value. Like, people, if you're not providing value, people don't tune in for the most part. So value is different. Like, value is what the viewer makes it. People don't tune in unless there's something that they want to see. Like, people tune into my channel because we cover stock market news, economic data, and we basically break it down for beginners. That's why people watch my channel. Somebody might watch a different channel for a different reason, and so value depends. People are mostly watching because they think it's valuable in some way or another. But it really just depends. I would rather. I think too many people act like they know for sure what's going to happen in the stock market, and I think nobody knows. And I think the more experienced you are, the more you'll acknowledge that the less you know, and the more you realize, the less you know. And I think that is more valuable. Being honest about that is more valuable than me telling somebody that I know what's going to happen, or that I know for sure ABC is going to happen, or that I know for sure this strategy is going to work, or whatever it is, right? That's not actual value. That's misleading people. So I think it depends on how it is. Like, selling a course isn't value. It's just kind of misleading people a lot of the time. And so it really depends. Like, as long as you're not misleading people, it's fine to offer something, but it needs to be within reason. Channel was low key lit, John. No cap, for real, for real. My daughter heard you. She'd be getting mad at me. No cap, for real, for real. Listen. I'm not that generation. I'm not the no cap generation. I can't remember what I say. I can't remember what my generation said as a swap out for that. We said for real, but we didn't say no cap. We didn't say, what's more slang? She ate. He's eating over there. How is it? What? Bet. Yeah. Bet's still a thing. That's still a thing. Like, hey, let's go to the store, bet. I mean, I never used it. Again, that was younger generations than me. Courses don't teach you. Yeah. Your generation says faux shizzle? Nah. It doesn't. That was like, I guess it was my generation. My slang, the slang that we used was like tight. Like, hey, that's a tight A truck over there. Or that show is super tight, or something like that. That was my slang growing up. Dope was a thing. Dope was always cool. Like, hey, that's a dope old truck over there, or whatever it is, right? Like, dope was a slang word we used. But this new generation is just different with it. It's too much. They have gone out and, like, slang is fine. But if you get to the point where you can't understand what people are saying, it's too much. One of the things with this generation is that there's too much slang in their language. It's too much. Facts. Yeah, facts is definitely. I can never get behind facts either. Like, I feel really old if I try to say facts. Because most of the time it's not a fact. Most of the time it's a subjective opinion. People be like, hey, I like strawberry cake. Facts. It's not a fact. This is a subjective opinion. I don't know. Get off my lawn is what I feel like right now. No, for sure. Yeah, RJ, I agree, man. Circle of life. But still use those words. Tight son. Yeah. Epic. Epic is still pretty universally used, I would say. We watch How I Met Your Mother here, and so epic is said a lot. I guess that's true, bro. If they say they like it, then it is a fact. I guess so, man. Again, I'm at the age now where if I try to speak like that, I just end up feeling dumb and old and uncool. So trust me, I've got a 15-year-old daughter. She'll tell me if I'm being uncool, and she does. No cap. It is talking about a market cap, yeah. Penny stocks, like that's That's a great breakout, no cap. Uh, dude, I say dude all the time. I call my son dude. I call my daughter dude. I call my wife dude. So yeah, my wife's shaking her head right now. I still call everybody dude. But I'll defend myself with it's kind of a southern Louisiana thing. Like southern Cajun people will say dude, not in like a California dude way, but more of like a southern Cajun thing. It's hard to explain. Um, all right, guys. New generation is cringe. I mean, listen, they're just young people, man. I remember being young and speaking in all the slang. You know, again, now that I'm in my mid 30s, I kind of have to abandon it. I can't really be cool anymore or try to be in all the slang. You know, try to speak with like non-ironically with slang like that. Unfortunately, I'm just not cool anymore. I understand it. I recognize it. No cap. You know. Yeah, I think Apex, Top Step are both nice. Galaxy. So what makes them different is futures. Forex is a sketchy, unregulated market a lot of the time. It really is. Like to trade Forex, you need VPNs a lot of the time to do it. And if you don't, it's just a lot of the market is sketchy. You can go to legit places in Forex, but a lot of it's not regulated. In futures, it's different. Futures are regulated. So you're allowed to trade futures. And the companies that you're allowed to use funded account programs are located in the US because they're allowed to do it here. And that's much different than Forex. That's much different. Yeah, this is much different. All right, guys. Yeah. Speaking of Apex, if you want to check out Apex for the next day and a half, Apex has this deal going on where you can get 80% off and it's a 1 day pass, meaning it only takes a day to pass. You get funded same day if you hit your profit target. Apex is a funded account program. They're one of the most legit in the world. They have paid out over $220 million to customers since 2022. They pay out an average of 12 million plus every month since January of 2023. What they do is they give you a demo and they test your skill with the demo first. If you pass the test with the demo, they fund you with the same amount on a regular account. Base one's 25K. And this is a great, most day traders lose. They're a sponsor of mine. They pay me money. So I'm biased because they pay me money. And most day traders lose, right? It doesn't matter what course you take, who you follow, you're probably going to lose money day trading. And so it makes no sense to risk thousands of dollars of your own money. Try this first. It makes a lot of sense. Again, I'm biased. They pay me money, but it makes a lot of sense. I lost $5,000, $4,000 from my first account in a couple weeks. Every day trader thinks they're going to be different. This is a great way to limit your risk. Learn how to day trade. Learn how to risk something and trade under pressure, but not risk thousands and thousands of dollars. And so this base one, they give you a 25K demo. If you can make 1,500 in profit without losing 1,500 first and following their rules, it also comes with real-time data. And if you were going to pay for this real-time data in a demo account, it's going to cost about the same. So the value is there. But if you pay for this and use my coupon code right now, it's $35 plus tax, I think, roughly. $35 plus tax. If you pass it, you get 25K in funding with a 90% split. If you lose, you're out $35 a month. Not the end of the world. You can also get the 150, 250, and 300K challenges for the same price where you can get up to 300K in funding with a 90% split. And it's just a great way to learn how to day trade with limited risk. Most day traders will lose here because most day traders lose. I'm always honest about that. But it's a lot cheaper to lose there than it is to put up $5,000 yourself or something. Anyways, if you want to check them out, here's the link. Again, if you want that discount, you got to use coupon code BT. Keep risk averse. Also an IRBT. I don't don't know much about IRBT, to be honest. iRobot. Is this the vacuum company iRobot? Saturation, market saturation. Nobody needs to buy the name brand one if the other ones are just as good. I think that's what's hurting iRobot, probably. If this is the same company, I'm not sure if it is. All right, guys. Again, we're looking at our poll. 54% think we're going to come in higher than expected for CPI inflation data on Thursday. 54%. 46% think lower than expected. We're going to get ready to day trade some here, chat. Let me pull this out. So no, it's not a free try. So you'd have to pay for anytime you lose, you can reset it for $35. I know FOMO is detrimental to consistency, but still not help it watching stocks mooning. Which stocks mooning? The time to buy is not when they moon though. The time to buy is before they moon. That's the problem. Where's Apple at and all this? Is Apple breaking lifetime highs? I'm in Apple too. Yeah, Apple. Whew. Lifetime high break as well. Again, with an inflation data week, though, like, I don't know what I want to do with this. Palantir flying up too. Do you have data today? No, we don't have any economic reports or anything today. It's pretty slow. This week's busy though, but yeah, today's pretty slow. Looking at it, yeah, we don't have anything. Tomorrow's a big day. Wednesday's a big day. Thursday's a big day. Every day this week outside of today is big. All right, guys. I'm gonna get ready to start day trading here. Again, we got Quant Tower up. Got all these accounts that I'm not really trading on. And the reason I haven't taken a Apex withdrawal is because they pay me my affiliate commission too, and so yeah. I have to wait until I get this next affiliate payout, and then I'll switch. But I don't want to switch it now, right when they're in the middle of that, because if not, I'll have to switch the name and figure out how that works. Hey, thank you. I'm him. I appreciate it, brother. Thank you, man. Appreciate that donation. Yeah. Yeah, Galaxy, that's right. And then the futures market's better than Forex anyway. All right, so we're in Quant Tower here. We're gonna get ready to day trade. This is Apex's platform too. This is Quant Tower. Yeah, we're gonna go back to our actual funded account. I don't know if we lost or made money Friday this month. Okay, so we're up slightly this month. Here's my balance this month. It's not the best balance, but we are up about 200 bucks this month. I'll take it. That's good enough. And again, we're gonna get ready to day trade. Make sure this is right. Yep. Okay. Good. Let's get ready. Apple, GameStop, Tesla. Tesla still looks pretty good. Yeah, I'm gonna short this, to be honest. I'm gonna take a short. It's kind of towards the top. And again, I don't really like holding these too long. This is a funded account program. We're just gonna try to get a little gain in. We've just been trending up all morning. I think as the volatile parts of the day start to show up, maybe we'll get some good action. Hey, what's up, Daphne? Yeah, it's been a slow couple weeks in terms of market structure. Everybody's been on a holiday. It's the slowest part of the year right now. I'm gonna try to add one more position to this, see if we get some good stuff, and then we'll cut it and maybe rinse and repeat if we need to. Yeah, so we took this position. We're gonna have to cut this. We're shorting the top. Testing highs of the day again. I just don't trust us breaking the highs, and so if I can be patient, maybe we'll come back down. But if not, we'll just cut it for a small loss. Still very green in this account, so look at Apple though. Apple's so strong. Tesla's still over 250. So yeah, we're gonna have to get out. We'll play again on this later. So we did get a little dip. I don't know what we want to do with this now. let's get ready to day trade this morning at the opening. We'll see what we get. Again, market's still breaking highs. Starting to break down a little bit more. All right. What else we got, chat? Sorry, I know I'm a little quiet over here. Oil, gold. Can you trade stocks? No, you can't trade stocks. You can trade futures contracts, though. So, yeah, you can't trade stocks individually, but you can trade futures contracts. So you can trade the S&P, the NASDAQ, basically index funds is what you can trade in futures. Not individual stocks directly, but index funds you can trade. Oil, gold. Give it a try. Yeah, I mean, good luck. Hopefully make some money. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense, Galaxy. I always told people if you're in futures or if you're in Forex, you should be trading futures, right? And some futures platforms you can actually trade like currencies too. So it makes no sense. Like again, as long as you're okay with trading the S&P or the NASDAQ, that's what you should be doing. You know, as long as you're okay, cool to trade the S&P, the NASDAQ. Like a lot of people, for whatever reason, they don't understand what futures are. They try to trade Forex and they get VPNs and they got to get all this stuff set up and like set up all their systems and do all this different stuff to trade the S&P 500 with no PDT rule. But you can do that in futures, like very easily in futures. Like I could do it on TOS right now too. Like, look, here's the emini, right? Here's the micro emini. Like I can day trade this very easily if I want. And I might actually take a little short position in this. Let's see. Let's take 3 contracts. Yeah. Yeah, so see I'm short 3 contracts in the micro E-mini. All right, so again, we're short 3 contracts in the micro. Yeah, we'll see if the market dips. Again, we're in a small micro position in futures. There's 4 or 5 currency pairs futures available. Is there? Yeah, so again, we're in this little short position. I'll also take some trades here in stocks too if I need to. I just want to see if the E-mini pulls back. I think it's time to pull back. I think it needs to pull back. I think it's up a lot. Look, there's the Nasdaq pulling back, so I don't mind shorting this. We just took one off just to play with it. I just think we're up too much. No, like, do y'all not agree with me that markets are up too much and it's time for them to pull back a little bit? I might be wrong, but I think it's time to dip at least a little bit, hopefully. Yeah, honestly, there's been a lot of deers where I am. We got 45 minutes until the market opens. Where I live, yeah, there's so many deer around here. Yeah, I'd like to see the emini break down a little bit more, but honestly, we're kind of boring right now. GameStop's still here. What do y'all think of GameStop? Will GameStop get a resurgence? Here's Tesla. Again, Tesla at 248.20s, 248.20s. Maybe I should have taken that off. Market should start pulling back starting sometime at the end of July, beginning in August, and it should be down pretty good by October. It depends on how much the election affects it. It really does. So yeah, it depends on how the election. The election is going to be in November, and so we'll see what this winter month looks like. Yeah, there's a lot of deer here. All right. Lexus IS 500, or would you have an M3, M4? I'm not a big Lexus guy. Yeah, so I don't know. Is that an LS? LS 500. Yeah, I mean, they're cool. I don't know enough about them. They're cool cars, though. You know, some nuance here where I live. Yeah, for sure. I mean, there are a lot. There's a lot where I am right now. There's a bunch. I like cars. Again, though, it depends. Like, I like cars, but it really depends. Um, like I was always into tuner cars. I grew up with the Fast and Furious movies, so like I was always into like heavy into tuner cars. All right, guys, I'm probably just gonna have to close it down. I have to work tomorrow, guys, so I'll be back tomorrow. But we have to leave our Airbnb because we got delayed by the hurricane. So I'm gonna close my stream early. Again, if you haven't already, check out Apex. If you haven't already, Apex is a funded account program. They give you a demo. They test your skill with a demo account first. If you could pass the test with a demo account, they fund you between 25K up to 300K with a 90% split, and they pay out millions to their traders. A great way to learn how to day trade with limited risk. Most day traders lose. Most day traders will probably lose here because it doesn't matter where day traders go. They'll probably lose. It's a lot cheaper to lose here than it is to put up thousands and risk that. And it's a great test of skill. If you lose here, you're probably not ready to put the money up yourself. And so don't risk your own money before you know if you're ready. It's a great way to tell. And if you pass this test, you get 25K in funding and futures with a 90% split. It's $35 if you use my link and coupon code. You can also get the 150, 250, and 300K one for the same price. Chat, for the same price. I'll put this link up. Again, we're kind of traveling and on vacation right now. And so I'm going to be back tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow. Again, love you all. Y'all be good. I'll see you guys later.